Oh, yes. Good morning. Good morning. My LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all my friends out there. This is your favorite CEO, Tony Williams, giving you an update. I tell you what, it's been a long time coming. Hope you guys were ready for this show. But first of all, before I go any further than that, we got to do our intro. So, intro. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. I know it's the Tuesday, and I wanted to come back at you because there's so much going on. Veterans Council Veterans, we have a lot to talk about and lots going on. So we're going to try to get through this in the next 15 minutes. Before I go any further than that, I've got so much to share on the personal side, but I'm so proud to talk about this particular event coming up. On 18 June 2026, Major James Caper will finally get what's long overdue, and that's his Medal of Honor in Washington, D.C. So those who and we'll find out what's going on later on when it comes to that, what the festivities are. But this is something that's worth attending. If you're in that DC, Maryland, DV area, try to check it out. But Major Caper is long deserved, and I really, really appreciate that he's getting honored. And I can't wait to hear more about it moving forward. One thing I wanted to talk about is what I'm excited about, Veterans Council Veterans. We have this program called Serving Our Elderly Veterans, and that Serving Our Elderly Veterans is us supporting our veterans who are aging. And one of the things that we see that's not been talked about is dementia. One of the things about innovation, people think innovation is all about technology, but innovation is also about talking about areas and putting things out in front that people just aren't talking about. And the aging veteran is one of them. You're not going to hear much about it anywhere else. I don't care. All these events that are going on, you're not going to hear about aging veterans unless you come to my show or if you're out there with my events. And this is one of my events. It is Veterans Council Veterans debut to the dementia community to talk about what are we doing for our veterans and their families and caregivers when it comes to dementia. So those who are in the area, stop by. It's in Tampa at the Magdalene Church. We're going to have a good time. You're going to learn a lot. It's just one of many, because after that, you'll learn more about what we're trying to do with this, not just serving elderly veterans, but also how we're going to put a special focus on dementia and how not only how it affects the veteran, the family, and the caregivers, but what support we can get out there. Because there's support out there that we need to know about, have access to, and we'll have our own little spin as well. So that'll be on the 17th of June, which is tomorrow, where we're going to actually introduce ourselves to the dementia community in Tampa. Whew. Now, I know I mentioned to you about serving our elderly veterans and why is that important to me? Well, this is my why I founded the Serving Elderly Veterans, because of my dad. My dad is 89. He'll be 90 years old in a couple of months. And he now is a resident at the Wilmington, Delaware VA at this community living center. And through the years, we've supported him and be with him all the time as that. I said, wow, what else can we do to make sure just not Tony benefits, but the veteran community? And that's what really is the push on why I created Serving Elderly Veterans, especially in Florida. Florida has like the largest aging veteran population in the country, and over 700,000. It keeps changing back and forth, but over 700,000. And I tell you that, what are we doing for them? And we'll hear more about that as well as we move on. But another reason why I'm doing this, especially tomorrow, is that what does dementia look like for the state of Florida? I'm just talking state of Florida. You have it right there. We have over 1,500 veterans, 15,000 veterans, over 500,000 veterans are in 1,553 veterans are in the state of Florida, and of them, 52% of them are over the age of 65, and that's roughly about 156,000 that are here. And all those guys, 700,000 are there, and of them, over 156 have some form of diagnosis of dementia. And what are we doing for them? Did you know that to get into either federal or state home, you have to at least have a 70% service-connected rating? 70%. Question is, how many veterans over age 65 are at 70%? Less than 25% of veterans over age 65 are over 70%. We got to change that. We always keep saying, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. But really, we got to put action to words, and Veterans Council of Veterans is going to be part of that action. And with our Serving the Elderly Veterans program, we're going to, first of all, you got to create a supportive network. And we have a supportive network in Hillsborough, Pinellas, and now we're working on Orange County, Brevard County, Seminole County, and Osceola County to bring that supportive network. And it includes all the elements you see here, the federal, the state, the locality, the health insurance, VA, all that stuff. But you know what? I'm not going to get too much about what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, but these are things I really want to look at when it comes to serving elderly veterans, and what we're going to talk about when it comes to serving our elderly veterans, when it comes to dementia, their families and caregivers. They need our support. Veterans Council Veterans, not only are we going to bring, the first thing you need is advocacy, and through the advocacy you become awareness, and through awareness you have action and bringing the community together, bringing the village together. Whew. Thank you. That I'll tell you, excited about. So hey, I'll see you tomorrow. If not, you'll hear about it later on as well. Another thing I always say, sharing is caring, sharing is caring, sharing is caring. So what you see right here is a slide is people who have shared our events on LinkedIn and Facebook, and even Instagram as well. So I want to give a shout out how the people who have shared our events. Army veteran Mark Lobstein, a supporter of Veterans Council Veterans, as well as others. Krista McPhee, part of the Black Ops. Thank you, Chris, for posting my event, reposting my event. Javette Jackson, my son, actually. Thank you, Javette, for posting our event. Jenny W. Clark, I know Jenny for a while, and Jenny, I really appreciate you for sharing, because I tell you, sharing is caring, and don't take much. Click, 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 share, done. That will reach more people, and we can start providing more services to our veterans. Martha B. McCraft, thank you again for sharing. Dwayne Williams, thank you again for sharing. Ronald Matthews, Daniel Winton. Daniel has been sharing a lot, man. I really appreciate what you're doing. That's why we get some gold stars. I'm gonna start putting some kind of thing up. Like if you share one event, you'll get like a gold, and a bronze, and if you share 2 or 3 events, you get a silver, and so on. So we're gonna sit there and reward those people who post, because again, sharing is caring, and you get the word out. And finally, M. Christopher Salo, thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. Wow, that is so much. I hope you guys got a chance to hear all that. And I'm not really finished yet, but I'm getting close to being finished. Maybe you've seen one of my posts that I've done so far about an acquaintance of mine who was a special operator, Command Sergeant Major Arthur Cooley, who's like a legend, man. He is like Hall of Fame for the special ops. Really, the heart and soul of the special ops community for years and years, and he's still giving back and being part of the Black Ops Foundation. And he put out a book. I think that'll be a very interesting book. And I want to do a little bit of promo. So, and here's the book right here, the book of Follow Me, Follow Me. You see that guy there that's jumping out of the plane in the back? That is Robert Zachary. So he's out there, old Big Zach. And he'll be a part of that ceremony, the Medal of Honor ceremony. For those who know it, but Zach's in there. You see all the people's name in there. You got Ruben Ayala, who's really the heart and soul of the Black Ops and stuff. So Ruben's will be out there as well. Ruben Ayala and Chris, like I said, Christopher McPhee. Thank you again. Chris is down there. He's got many skills and talents. So I'm sure he'll probably out there at that Medal of Honor event as well. But I want to sit there and give the shout out to Sergeant Major Cooley and his team. But you know what? I'm going to go one step further, Sergeant Major.
Build your home plan. And so now, without fathers and mothers, that have. You come down. Yeah. We just missed it. Yeah. Okay. We all know. It's June 1st on Amazon Prime. Yeah.
June the 1st. And I'll tell you one thing is, I as soon as June the 1st came out, boom, I was already on Amazon.com, and I bought me some of my books. As a matter of fact, I bought like 5 of them. So one of them I'm going to share with my dad. This is Father's Day weekend. I mentioned about my wife, my dad, And this is Father's Day weekend coming up, and I want to spend time with him. He's staying in Delaware, so I'll be in Delaware spending time with him. And hopefully I get an autograph. I've asked him, can I get an autograph book? But so far I heard nothing. Special operators, boy, they're real cloak tribe. They're a tribe. But if I can get it, I'll get a signature and give it to him. But when I get a chance to see him for Father's Day, I'm sure he'd be a tickled pink. He spent my dad to 20 years in the Army, in the Vietnam time frame, drill sergeant, all that, man. And so I'm sure he'd be really appreciative if he does get a signature. So I need you guys out there to put some pressure on them guys. Ruben, I'm calling you out. Robert, all the guys, can I get a signature? Can I get a signature for that book? Because I'm really excited to see it. I'll make sure I get it. It should be arriving today from Amazon. So go on Amazon, click it, get that book. You'll learn a lot, and you'll be exposed a lot as well. So that's a shout out to my man AC, man. Thank you. So that's it. Now, one thing I do want to mention as we close on my update is what's coming up soon. September 23rd, 2026. The Military Influencer Conference is coming to Tampa, my stronghold. They're going to be here. All the shout out to Recurrent and all those elements are there, and they've been out here already. You've probably seen some events. I think they had an event yesterday, but I want to leave you something with them because it's a great organization with Cortez and his group. That a great place for people to come together who are entrepreneurs, who are doing things for the veteran and family community. I'm going to be there. Hopefully, you see my table out there as well. And I want to give you a little promo that I made from the last year when I went to last year's event in Atlanta. So, give your feedback. What do you think about this promo? Hold on. Hello, I'm Elder Graham. I'm the CEO and President for Veterans Council of Veterans, and we're here at the Military Influencer Conference, and we make sure we came as right next to me is the VCV team. We're here to make sure we take care of our veterans and their family. Let's go, team. Yeah!
I have been involved with Veterans Council of Veterans since 2014. It has grown so much. We started out with the military veterans, and now we are dealing with our elderlies. We are also dealing with families. We're also dealing with military sexual trauma. And we are an organization that helps out all of our military personnel. So if you are a family member, if you're a child, if you are a soldier, we are here to help you out. We refer you to anyone that needs to be referred to counseling, and we'll find somebody to match you up with. And it's free of charge. That's the best thing. I like free. I hope you do.
Our program is looking for volunteers, veterans who are helping veterans to serve, elderly veterans and their family members. We're looking for women veterans. We're looking for family members who want to be part of our group.
I'm a military spouse for the last 25 years, and I help veterans counseling veterans on a daily basis with our programs and our sessions. Reach out today if you want to join us. We're always looking for new volunteers.
Please volunteer. Veterans Counseling Veterans. We are here and we will support. I'm very, very proud of them.
Thank you. They didn't pay me for this, right? They didn't pay me, and that. But I think it's such a worthwhile event that I think is worth promoting as it comes. They be here in Tampa. They be in Tampa, and I can't wait for them to show up and take over Tampa. That one person you talked about says, and I like free. That's my wife. Everybody tells me she's a real boss of Veterans Council of Veterans. My wife, Thelma. Shout out to Thelma and all her great support that she's had for me all these years. So again, you'll be seeing more of that as we move more forward. You'll be seeing me there. I hope to get a message out about taking care of our veterans, taking care of our elderly veterans, taking care of our reservists. One of the things that I mentioned, I mentioned to you guys before, and it's coming. It's coming about our podcast that's going to be talking about elderly veterans. It's going to be talking about reservists and their families, and it's going to be talking about the families. That's coming out pretty soon. And I call them underserved because underserved means they make less than 70% service connected. When you have when you get 70%, a lot more services come to you. But if you get below that, you got to fight and scrap like everybody else and use the community. So it's called underserved. That's coming real soon. Hopefully, guys will come out to that. So again, we're at the end of this. I want to make sure that everybody out there, thank you very much for what's going on. Please, if you can come out. We're looking for volunteers. You want to have an impact. I'm telling you, It's a freight train. We have an impact, a constant impact. So you want to be part of that impact, DM me, come out, tell me whatever. We got something for you. On the 15th, again, 15th of June, 15th June, 17th June, I'll be speaking at the Dementia Spotlight, talking about veterans, their families, and caregivers when it comes to dementia. Spread the word, share. Do you not want to be part of this? If you want to be part of this list, want to be part of sharing and caring, share my stuff. Until then, this is it, my CEO update. See you next time. But of course, I always got to do my outro.